Hello everyone, this is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X live show. So today we're going to discuss this Tuesday, August 11, 2020, companies that are on our radar and companies that we want you to have on your radar. So far, I really am bullish on the sector of solar companies. So I do think that this is an awesome 10X sector. And I want to show to you companies that aren't really listed in USA that are already getting a lot of buyers because they can see the potential of cheap energy, close to zero marginal cost for solar. No, so Longi Green Energy Technology. This is in Shanghai. You could see that since March, this went from 20 to 60. Now I know that you might not be aware of these names, so let me show to you a few names that are actually getting a lot of the interest of all the clean energy and all the energy battery buyers. So if you're aware, Tesla's battery supplier is LG Chem. So LG Chem rallied already from about 100,000 to 400,000. Now you might tell me, Nikki, why are you telling me this only now? Because I'm telling you that the sector is hot. And there are a lot of companies that we have been pitching in our Awesome 10X group that are doing those kinds of moves. But I'm telling you that this is doing well because of one real reason. Electric vehicles is really a future that is not too far off, but it is a future today. So all the suppliers, your batteries, your your solar panels are really milking a lot of money. So and there are many ways for solar to be efficient. You could go to you could just watch a science show, most efficient solar cells and panels in 2019. Take a look at the silicon PVs. Samsung's new graphene batteries. So definitely, I'm just pointing out to you that there are money in the sector. There is really plenty of money. Now, I'm gonna show to you, of course, this might be a gas-gas. Gas-gas meaning alam na ng lahat, everybody knows it already. But EnPhase, of course, is a pick that we like. And just for others who are aware of this already, take note what happened to EnPhase. Can you make money in the realm of what EnPhase Energy did? Since 2019, this rallied from 4 to 36. That was times 9 your money. Gave an entry back during November here at 18. 50% drop. 18 rallies back to about 76 all-time highs. Take note, from 18, can it go to 180? So the question is EnPhase Energy, and this is what I always tell people, you have to make money on 10x categories, not 10%. We're talking about 10x. So I want to share to you some interesting numbers for you to be wild, to put your time and effort into studying electric segment. Not just study, but actually invest. So I'm going to show to you a few encouraging statistics. So since 2004, the electricity generation worldwide from solar was less than 0.01% of the total. And in the last 11 years, 2015, from 0.01, it went 1.05%, 1.05%. So far, we are seeing 3% of the world becoming solar. And I expect that solar, because it is cheaper than coal, will become a 10% or 20% or even 30% capacity. Now, we have some picks that we've already discussed, 5 of which we already discussed this in Awesome 10X. I'm going to share to you one of them. But definitely, I'm telling you that the sector is steaming. It is steaming hot, scorching hot. And you will make 100, 200, 300, 1,000% if you will invest appropriately and correctly. It's really a question. Since I showed to you Longi, who is the competition of Longi? It's easy naman. You can tell me if you are studying your solars, who is the competition of Longi? So that is already a stock pick of ours. They have 2 competition, right? There's a lot naman in the solar place. Now, you might know Solar Edge already. Solar Edge and EnPhase are, of course, the microinverters of the residential space in the entire US. So take note that $4.76. Right now, all that the people who don't have EnPhase have to do is to buy ENPH on dips. So should ENPH go down to 65, 67, 68, so you have to buy it. So we have been buying here at 45, and some of us were buying more here before the earnings call. And I'd say that, of course, after the earnings, it went up. Any drops of solar microinverter should be bought. So Enphase Energy should be bought. Enphase Energy, Sedge, Solar Edge, same thing. You could see that Solar Edge, if you invested in Solar Edge, seeing that since 2018, that coal was already dying, coal was dead, electric was here. Since 2019, you could see that from $30, you've times 7 your money, 220. But this is not yet over. If you can buy in the next couple of weeks, if Solar Edge drops near 180 or even to 140, you just keep on accumulating and buying. This is the rule of the awesome 10x. You have to buy 10x categories, and you buy it and you sleep on it. You sleep on it because you have to know the studies and the math about it. You have to understand that solar energy is the cheapest form of electricity. Moore's law, I'll show to you one picture to make you understand. But definitely, I am bullish the solar segment. mm, sige. No worries. Besides in our, basically, my solar studies are inside the Awesome 10X channel. So you can just subscribe to awesome10x.com. You'd see all the pictures about how massive the solar cost has become. It is so cheap such that it is economical for every residential from Arizona, California, all the states in US has to do solar. So I think that there are, so far in a survey, only 3% of the homes in US are solar roofs. And about 90% of them, when surveyed, wanted to have a solar panel. So can you imagine the potential growth? There was demand, and there is a supplier. So if you match the supplier and the demand, of course, you've got explosive growth. So those are the companies that we like for Awesome 10X. Solar is one of them. Now let's discuss this marriage of this is a marriage that I want you to know. Of course, we have learned that Tencent wanted to merge Douyu and Huya for a week now. We have been reading that news, and it does make sense. Let's read this together. Douyu and Huya are rising as Tencent urges a merger. Douyu is up 4%, Huya is up 3%. Tencent is proposing a stock-for-stock merger of the two companies via an acquisition by Huya. So Tencent is down a little bit before the open. It's entered into a share transfer agreement with Joy Inc., YY, to purchase 30 million shares of Huya. In a separate segment, agreement with Huya CEO Rong Chedong, buying 1 million Class B shares. YY is up 2%. Through its affiliate, Tencent will own 37% share capital of Huya and 50.9% of total voting power. It is also the largest shareholder of Douyu, holding about 38% of the share capital and voting power. Let's take a look at these stocks, no? Huya, Douyu, Tencent, and YY. So you could see that Huya already rallied from 16 all the way to 29. There were some people who sold it down. Perhaps Huya was sold down as the merger was getting the news front. So this is a typical sell on news. However, I would say that if Huya drops somewhere near 22 to 21, it might be a buying opportunity. So from 22 to 20, I would wait it out. Now, naturally, we were able to get out of Huya early on because just before this huge drop, Huya at 27 and 28 was a potential selling front because Trump was already in all the headlines tweeting about the WeChat ban. In fact, the WeChat ban made the WeChat TikTok ban made YY go from 87 all the way down to 72. So there are some people who knows that YY would have a great earnings report today, August 13, a few days from now. So they are willing to buy this drop. Should YY drop near 70 pesos, $70 or 67, we would be willing to buy because we see a secular trend, secular fundamental trend to make YY go higher even with the noise of Trump. So any drops of YY can actually be bought, whether it drops to 70 or 67, or if you wanted to really buy at 73 or 77, that's also okay. Just take note that at 85 or 90, there will be sellers. And the sellers come from that Trump news. So it affected, of course, these charts. Doyu fell, no? So take a look. But Doyu is already up 100%. From $8, it already rose to 17. If Doyu drops somewhere near 12 bucks, I'd say that there will be buyers here. So you just need to wait for a bigger correction. Now, we are talking about Tencent, 700 HK. We like this company. So all these Trump bans is an opportunity for us to get Tencent, whether it goes to 480 or 440. It hasn't translated yet, but we are waiting for that to materialize. What else are we taking a look at? So China, Trump is battering down a lot of Chinese names. Some of our Chinese picks that are getting battered down, but we believe are fundamentally intact would be Billy, and Kings of Cloud. So for Billy, all you gotta do is to wait it out. Maybe it can collapse to about 36. It can even collapse. So right now it's already from 46 ever since Trump's announcement of the WeChat and TikTok bans. Take note that from 46 this fell 41. But most of the subscribers of Billy are all Chinese. It's not really American. So I'm not sure why the fuss, no? So this is all Chinese anyway. So if Billy drops near 36, you could see that these are your secular, quite long-term winners. So this is the YouTube of China. It's Billy. This is where most of the Gen Z watch their animes, and one of the strongest 100% growth in terms of millennials usage growth. So I think that any drops near 36, 37 will be a buying opportunity for Billy. We also noticed last night that our SPACs were going up. Some SPACs like FMCI and Graph were rising. So these are companies that I'm not sure if you are aware, but Tattooed Chef, FMCI, that is already a reality. So we were buying somewhere here at 14. You probably heard us say that. So far at 16.30, it has rallied a couple of $2 already. It could rally to about 17 or 19. So at this point in time, we're just holding on to our winners. Similarly, Graph, this is a SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Vehicle. So some of us were early. So honestly, some of us got in at 16, 17, 18. It fell as low as 13. We just held on to it. We just held on to that drop and just really just weathered the pain. So far, it looks to be at least it's above 16 already. Some of us were buying here as well at 14. When we saw the past few days that Graph was already rising, some of us added at 14. So far, I think that Graph would have continuously sellers at 18, 19, 20. But this is a good thing to happen. Last night, there was a huge correction in some of your Donzi, your resilient companies. Let's take a look at what happened. So your Mercado Libre, your Shopee, C Limited, your Shopify, our favorite companies have fallen 4 or 5%. Let's take a look at these companies, whether how low will MELI and C go. Mercado Libre is the Latin America, this is the Amazon of Latin America. And so far, after a rally of 300% from 400 to 1.2, people have started to sell it down. This is the very first sell signal for Mercado Libre. So if you have Mercado Libre, I'd say that you've sold yesterday, and you're probably waiting for it to drop near 1,000 or 960. Similarly, I'm not saying that C Limited will not fall. We are seeing that C Limited has started to fall the past few days from 145 all the way to 122. That's a 20% drop. I do think that if C Limited drops here at 100, that I am a willing buyer. So we have been buying C Limited ever since 60, ever since 45, ever since 50. So we are actually very bullish this company. And so drops here, we would be willing to buy. Similarly, Shopify, of course, after an explosive run from about 300 to 1.2, some of us bought a little, some of us already got here, 375, we got in. Some of us are also entered at 750, 760. Now, for these names, it could go as low as 920. So I would actually see maybe Shopify could even go here at 875. So it can even go to 760. So you could see that some of our winners are falling down. It could be a sign to also take profit. So maybe you have been wondering, Shopify, C Limited, Mercado Libre, these have been my perennial big winners. Should I start selling them? You could. Actually, what's happening here is that this is what's happening. You could sell. I would say that some people are willing to sell and take profit. It doesn't mean that Shopify will continuously go down. But if you have been waiting for your chance to buy a 25 to 30% crash, you can finally see that there are some selling signals. And maybe, just maybe, you can finally get that 20% drop that you've always wanted. So these have been the resilient companies. Netflix has already been dropping for quite a while. Since 570, Netflix was had a bad earnings, right? So Netflix, that's why we gave a sell somewhere here at 520. So Netflix, we gave a temporary sell here at 520. After this drop, 570 to 520, we have sold here at 526. I would be willing to buy Netflix here at 440 or 420 or 380. So how much downside can it go? Is there pain that's going to happen? I think that there will be some pain, around 10%. So does Nikki believe that Nasdaq should fall down? This is your Nasdaq. I think that at 11,000, you could fall here at 10.5 or even as low as 9.7. So I do believe that you cannot be very bullish. You have to be a bit cautious, just be cautious. So I'm not giving a sell rating. It's just a profit taking. If you have wanted to buy your Nasdaqs for quite a while, wait a bit. Now, this is something that's also happening. We've seen some great performances from your traditional names. Indeed, Nike broke out to an all-time high at $100. So we are seeing that some people are willing to put a stake on. Now I'm not buying Nike here. I bought somewhere here at about 67. We sold early. I'll be very honest. I sold somewhere at 85. Then I waited and waited for it to drop, but it never dropped. So Nike never dropped at 85. Went as high as 95, 105. It's okay. I would say that generally speaking, yesterday, a lot of the healthcare was really the winner. And I don't have all of these vaccines. So Sorrento went up 100%, 8 to 18. You've got the Fulgent, what's this? FLGT, Fulgent Genetics, going like from 20 to 44. So actually, I know that there are some people who are frustrated with me for not studying all these healthcare names. But, I don't try to know everything. I know the sectors that are hot. I know the sectors that I know of and have core competency with. So I do have some core competency with a lot of solar picks. And from a standpoint, I'm happy to say that we are making some 60%. And some of our solar picks will become, I think, 200 to 500% wins. So it's not really a problem. Can I see if there are questions, comments? Let me read. Okay. So what do you think of Big C? This is the rival to Shopify. It had an explosive IPO last week. Big C is up 300% from IPO. Generally speaking, Big C isn't being used a lot by a lot of. My observation is that I would wait for Big C to drop a bit. Maybe drop even just 100% from its IPO. So $30 IPO went as high as 90. I'd wait maybe 60 below. I'll watch it out first. What application are you recommending to check your charts? I use tradingview.com. So it's very free. I don't use IBKR to chart. I use IBKR just to execute. So it's just an execution platform for me. What do you think of Momo and Macy's? Okay, so Macy's, I think, went to $7 last night. This is a reopening play. Maybe Macy's can go to 8 or 9. So far, we have some people. I call Macy's a bad stock. It's a one-night stand. So these are your reopening plays, similar to the airline. So yesterday, a lot of these companies shot up. So I would actually try to sell if this rallies to about 750 to 8. So to me, Macy's had a strong support at $6. So at $6 here at 714, you've got a 20% pop. You take profit, even if it goes to 8, 9, 10, it doesn't matter because I think that these, and also department store Macy's, they would come out with earnings 2 days from now. So how I trade these old economy names is I just trade them. So this is for me strictly a trade. I like from an old economy standpoint, I do like Macy's and Nordstrom, but I told people that they should be taking profits. If Nordstrom rises to 18 to 20 tonight, you have to be selling them. So it went as low as 13. So this was a double bottom here. Maybe it goes to 19 or 20. It should be sold. I think that it should be sold. Now, there are questions of, let me see the question. Momo, I think, is cheap. I think that it should go to $30. So at 18, 19, 20, I did publish a buy. I do think that the business of online dating is an infant industry. We've seen how Match Group makes so much money. In the last 6 years, this went from about 20, from about $10 to 120. This is a 10x trend for Match Group. So given that, and Match is Momo in China, I did put a buy. So I am a buyer for Momo. It fell as low as 17, 18. At 20, I don't think that it is late. However, this Trump China is a really headache. So in the short term, there might be some selling pressure at 22. This used to be your prior resistance here at 22. Some selling pressure at 22, 24, and 28. But if you are long term, I think that you can actually make 100%, just wait it out. So some people who bought at 18 might wish to just hold on and sleep on it. It could go as high as 30, 36. So I have quite a high target for Momo. So for those who have Momo or Macy's, if you have cheap Macy's, you can actually sell a bit at 720 and ride the half. Maybe it goes to 8 or 9. Can I use my local peso account? No. You can only fund your IBKR through dollars. If you don't have a dollar account, I can help you out. You can pay me in pesos. So, hi, SunPower and CSIQ, not an awesome 10x. It is. It is. You are asking me a question. It is. I just never wanted to reveal it. SunPower and Canadian Solar are awesome 10x picks. It is a 10x category. I do think that you'll make 1,000% in it. Just give it 10 years or 5 years or 6 years. So yes, and I don't want to delve too much and reveal all of our awesome 10x picks. You can go to our channel and know why SunPower and Canadian Solar is an awesome 10x pick. Thoughts on 4816? This is the #1 anime. Ooh, I never studied it. I'll study it for you. I haven't studied that. I will study it. 4816, let me study it. So I don't have all the guns, actually. I studied names as well. OE animation. Okay, let me study it. Wow, this went from about 400 to 4,000, 6,000. So this went 15x already in the last 10 years. Okay, sige, let me try to study if we can still make money from this name. It's not in my radar. SunPower and CSIQ is an awesome 10x pick. VUZI had great earnings, but no movement on the stock yet. Do you think it will pick up? Let's try to read the VUZI earnings. I am still holding my VUZI. So I think that VUZI is a 10x name because wearables is going to grow. Let's read what happened in the earnings front of VUZI. I haven't read it yet. Let's take a look. I do hold it. Sometimes I am kind of patient, even if the market doesn't like our picks. I would hold on to it. What happened with the earnings? VUZI reports. Wow, is it down? Is it down in after earnings? I still hold VUZI, guys. VUZI, there. Let's read it. So they reported second quarter results. 98% growth. So 100% growth sequentially overall. The revenues for the second quarter increased 183% year over year. So wow, that's double, diba? That's more than double. Our second quarter revenue grew 39%, 98% sequentially from first quarter to $3 million as our enterprise business continued to expand at an accelerated pace, doubling our $700,000 versus last year. Coronavirus outbreak impacted day-to-day operations. We delivered a record $2.3 million of VUZI smart glasses. This is 183%, proving that there are interest in customers. So existing customers impacted by COVID-19. Healthcare has emerged an important business, including telemedicine and telehealth solutions. We have supported healthcare companies like medical device manufacturers that have active equipment installations in hospitals and medical facilities. So I think it will continue to be a trend. So just hold on to it. Mr. Paul Travers said that we are also having a very good business in our OEM business group. We already got 2 major global defense companies and achieved milestones on these initiatives. So total cost of sales, total sales grew, gross profits grows. Can you imagine like 150 million and it's up $800 million? Sorry, $800,000. So that's still good, guys. Net loss has trimmed. Product gross margins are averaging 50% of sales. Gross profit is great. Yeah, so I think like we might be ahead of the curve here. The people might not have read or they are ignoring a simple fact that VUZI should be hold. So if you don't have VUZI, you buy it. And if you already have it, even if people sell VUZI at 3.4 or 3.5, I think that you just continue to buy this name. We should still be holding a 10x winner here. So can it go to about $10? I think yes. So we just need to wait. Patience is a virtue. So just wait it out. It used to trade as high as $9 last year. And you know that since 2019, 2018, it traded as high as $9. So yeah, I think that it will go back to $9. It's just a wait, buy and hold. So I am happy with VUZI's earnings. 183% revenue growth is not to be looked down upon. And if people are ignoring it, they will one day follow us. They will. I mean, eventually they will. And for CSIQ, because you asked it anyway, yes, I have CSIQ. I do think that Canadian Solar is leading the pack, so it should do well. First Solar is also a great solar play. So this, I think, can break above 77 someday. And if it does, it's going to go to 10, 100, 140. We're going to make a lot of money here. Let me reveal more solar plays. Jinko Solar, Jinko Solar, Jinko Solar, I think, is in a multi-year trend. We will study this name. It traded as high as 38 before. It fell as low as 14. So I think that this has the capacity to break above that 24. So let's take a look at the dailies of Jinko Solar. But these are all higher lows for me. Any drops at $20 will be a buyer for me. Jinko Solar, I think 20, you enter, and you will make some money here. To be honest, I am quite disappointed that Plug and FSL has rallied. So if you recall, I said on August 4 that Plug Power and FSL that they were buys here. Okay, so we said $9 buy. Now it's $12. FSL also, we said here at August 4. You can look back to my video. We said at 250 buy. It's now 280. Sadly, my Ballard didn't rise because we said 3 of them will rise. It's still $14.80. So I do think that Ballard will continue to go up to $15, $20. So I will wait. So not all of my picks quickly go up, but I think that it's not wrong. All of my picks will eventually go up. It's just a wait and see. So there. No, real estate is bad now. So actually, it's not good to invest in real estate. It's very hard to collect rentals these days. Properties are not doing well as a sector. Globally, it's hard. I think just invest in solar, wearables, video games. Yeah, Plug in FSL, dire-diretso eh. Usually, when I like a company, you just buy the last price. If yesterday it was $9, you buy $9. Ganun lang. So FSLR, First Solar, I like it at 73. Even if it goes to 70 or 65 or 60, we just really accumulate. So there. We have a lot of good companies that we like. So Nintendo, this is my Nintendo no-brainer pick. So let me give you some no-brainer picks. Nintendo, if you really want to get the best price, I think 57. But some people, they said that if you like it at Nintendo 59, they like it already. They just buy it at 59, even if it goes to 57. So really, the Nintendo Switch, I think, is gonna continue growing. So I think that Nintendo will become a 100% name. You just need to wait on it. So yun, we have some easy picks. Nintendo, Facebook, Disney. Yeah, I discussed that last Friday. Please look into apps. It has great movements. APPS, let me try to read it. APPS. Digital Turbine, wow. Okay, thanks for pointing this on my way. I will study this. So I have two companies to study, TOEI Animation, and Apps. Okay, I'll put it in my study list. Thank you, guys. And that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.